Steve, you make your life difficult, mate. Use the handles. What do you think they're for? Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Such a bunch of gibberish, motherfuckers at nay, and they got about Dre. Yeah, man. Feel that. I know what you're thinking. How is that man blessed with such rap MC talents? Or talent? It just comes naturally. I honestly scare myself sometimes at the amount of, you know, that kind of stuff just flows out of me. I'm just natural at it. Anyway, less of the MC rap stuff. This is the United Stand. I'm Kev Ashford and this is VanCam. You've been waiting for it all week, haven't you? Probably not. Anyway, what a week. After that shit week the other week, where it was the end of the world and Mourinho was the next manager to be sacked. United were derailed, the empire was crumbling. We've strike back. 3 wins. And hallelujah. Leicester last week. I mean, what a performance that first half. When was the last time that we'd won a game by half time? Ages ago. Certainly didn't happen under Van Gaal. He'd have been happy just to sneak in half time at 0-0 and see what he could do in the second half. Mourinho got it all right that day. And the main thing was it, Rooney. No Rooney, no Fellaini. A midfield that functioned, a midfield that worked, complemented itself, and you got the best out of Paul Pogba. I think I said it last week. A lot of people are saying it, so you don't have to be a football Einstein, as Mourinho says, to work out that to get the best out of somebody like Pogba, you need to surround him with the right players. And I thought Herrera was fantastic, and Juan Mata excelled in that number 10 role. At the end of the day, Mourinho managed him, and he got player of the season 2 years in a row at Chelsea, playing in that number 10 role. So it's about time we started using him properly and playing him in that position, innit, really? Let's put this down, man. The sun's just come out. I've seen the sun before, coming from Manchester. It's just decided to come out, even though it's raining as well. Yeah, so Leicester made up, man. Proper made up. Half time, you know, game over. And that's how it should be. That's how Alex Ferguson worked a lot of the time. These games were wrapped up by half time. Take off your main players then if you've got one eye on next week. It was really good. Really good goals. Set pieces. When's the last time we scored from a corner prior to that game? We never score from corners, do we? Obviously been working on the training ground. And then the Europa League match. I thought Rooney might have been drafted back in, but he left him on the bench and he played the bushy-haired bastard. Jesus, man. If that's not his last game for United, I just don't know where it's going to end. Or how these managers giving him time and keep using him. He was awful in that Europa League game. Honestly, I've seen better players, Sunday League, down on Hough End. Players that are, you know, they're hungover and still coked out their heads, and they play better than Fellaini. Starting to get a bit of a joke, man. It's starting to do me head in as well, the fact that he keeps getting in this team. He really does look like somebody who's, maybe he's paying United for the privilege of playing for him, but he does look like a player who's won a competition, and he's just out there, you know, running around like a headless chicken. Just the basics, and the fact that he played in a holding midfield role. Even the Ukrainian team, you know, no disrespect, but maybe Mourinho looked at him and thought Fellaini could do a job there. They just overrun him. Overrun him. And I'm glad, because they embarrassed him and shown him for what he really is. I still don't know what it is, actually, but it is not a footballer. Fellaini is just dead to me. He looks ridiculous. He plays shit. I'm fed up of talking about him, to be honest. It gets me very angry. Anyway, Stoke at the weekend, Sunday. Because we're in the Europa League, we play Sunday. And the visit of Stoke. Mark Hughes, good manager. But what can we say about Stoke? The research has been done and it's in, folks. And the file of facts, Louis van Gaal is out. So this week, the extensive research has taken place. The laptop's been out. And I've compiled the dossier just to see what Stoke are about. Now, Stoke were known as a long ball team. But last season, they played some good football and they battered us on Boxing Day. Which was, I think, the end for Van Gaal. And let's have a look. Do you know what I mean? To summarise, I'm going to have to summarise, aren't I can't go through all this. It's too many pages. But yeah, I look at the threat, positives, negatives. You know, what makes them tick? Where are they going to cause us problems? Let's have a look. Defensive, attacking, Bangkok teens. Oh no. That's some other research. Heading ability, just forget that. Yeah. Anyway, to summarise, Stoke are inbred. We all know it. They are inbred, and Stoke is a horrible place. And the fact that they're millionaire footballers that play for them don't even live in Stoke tells you everything you need to know. Even people that live in Stoke hate Stoke. There isn't a song that says, "Oh, Stoke is wonderful," because it's shit. It's a proper shithole. If you've ever been to it, even just passing it along the M6, you just feel depressed looking at it. I've been there, man. You go in a petrol station to get fuel, they call you Duck. What is all that about? Alright, duck. I'm not a duck. What is this language? What are you on about? Anyone that's watched Transfer Deadline Day on the last day, it can be alright, you know, we're going to go to White Hart Lane, a few cockneys there, let's go over to Chelsea, a couple of rent boys floating about. Yeah, it's reserved. The minute they fire over to Stoke, Jesus, just Google the pictures, man. It's a free-for-all. It's like a scene from Jeremy Kyle. All Jeremy Kyle participants on it. And they're in tracksuits, they've got no teeth, they've got gold chains, half ears missing, shaven heads where they've done it themselves, and you can see like the tram lines, and there's just something strange going on down there. And there's fingers, and there's 6 fingers on one hand, and they're high-fiving each other because they've just signed Peter Crouch. Really? It's a strange place. And I'm sure anyone that lives there would agree with me. If you grow up in Stoke, your big ambition is just to get the hell out of there and move away. Get out of the ghetto. In the ghetto, as Elvis once said. Yeah. Stoke, do you know what I mean? They were a long ball team. They played a bit of good football last season. But yeah, I don't necessarily like people from Stoke. And the fact that they held that banner up the other year outside that pub, giving it the big one, it said Munich Bastards on the front. They'd actually made a flag, so they've actually paid money to have a flag made with them shocking words on it. And do you know what? They think they are a rival to us. That's the thing that gets me. Pains, kills me, man. Laugh myself to sleep when I think about that. They think because they're only 40 minutes down the road that this is a derby. This is like a derby for them. It's worse when we play them at their ground because they absolutely hate us. But we go along and we're just like, it's just another game, man. It's Stoke. Who are you and what is this place? What is it? And they've got a shit record at Old Trafford, so hopefully we should beat them. But yeah, Stoke, no, not for me. And if I've offended anyone that lives in Stoke, give me a good reason why I shouldn't. Yeah, thought so. Stoke at the weekend. Mourinho, for Christ's sake, man, you're not stumbled upon it. You've found the formula now. You know what you have to do. Leave the sick. Leave the... What am I saying? Leave the sick. What am I... Leave the fat, silly scouse wanker on the bench. Not sick. I don't think he's sick anyway. Leave the bushy-haired bastard on the bench. Stick to the team like you always did at Chelsea. Winning formula. If it's not broke, don't fix it. All them players that played against Leicester deserve to start against Stoke. And hopefully now we've got the right blend. I know it was only one game, but it was pretty goddamn impressive. Stick to that, and I don't think we'll have a problem. I'm going to wrap up because we're on nearly 11 minutes. I can't believe I actually taught this much scuttle for 11 minutes. It always amazes me that time flies on the old VanCam. Quick shout out, the guy from TomTom who got in touch and said he liked VanCam and said could he send me a TomTom. He did. I didn't believe him at first, but fair play to him. I will never get lost ever again. The amount of commercial partners VanCam's got now, I'm going to rival United. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take them on. I'm sure that's about 2 or 3 times people have sent me stuff, so got a long way to go yet, but it's just building it, innit? Raise the profile, build it up, and everything will be sponsored on VanCam, won't it? But yeah, send me the free stuff, love it, great. Thanks for watching, and I think that's about it. Let's see what's on the radio before I go. Anything on Real Access? Keep that on. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy watching United. If you're going to the match, cause a load of Miver. And if you're watching it in the pub, same thing, man. Just cause a bit of Miver. People love Miver. Just go over and Miver him. Go over. How you doing, mate? You alright? You alright? I got Miver the other night at the Europa League game. Guy come over to me. Holy shit, man. Whatever he'd taken, he was on another planet. He must have asked me if I was alright 10 times within about 10 seconds. Are you alright? I was like, yeah, I'm alright. Are you alright? Jaw going like mad. Thursday night, I said, Jesus, mate, Thursday night. He said, I've lost my wife. I'm trying to find her. And off he went, looking for his wife. Bet he wasn't even married. But that's the mad world we live in. It is a crazy world. And I'm going to wrap up, as always. For health and safety reasons, enjoy the match, everybody. And as always, come on, United!